morning, boys and girls. This is the Backyard Nature Guy here in my backyard. Today we're going to walk around and take a look at nature homes. Where does wildlife live in the backyard? We're going to take a walk around and looking through my binoculars. These are great tools to see nature that is far away up in the trees or in the next yard. Great tool to have. Another one is magnifying glass. Another great tool to have for looking at things up small like ants and bugs. So let's go look around, walk around and see what we can find in my backyard for where wildlife has homes. Come on. Most creatures out in our yards hide their homes well, so it can take a bit of exploring to find them. Wildlife homes can be high up in the trees, while others are down low on the ground, or even underground. You may even see different size holes as you explore. This one, just below one of my bird feeders, belongs to a chipmunk who gathers nuts and seeds, stuffing his cheeks full before heading home to feed his family. Here's another chipmunk hole in my front yard by the sidewalk. Their homes, called burrows, have several entrances and chambers where they sleep and store their food. The food chambers are called hoards and store food for their families so they don't have to go out in bad weather. Leaf litter may look as though nothing lives here, yet it's teeming with life. In and under these dried leaves and twigs are very small creatures that feed on the dead leaves. They break them down into smaller particles. And even tinier organisms live in the soil. You can often see birds scratching at the leaves as they search for insects that live here. Some of the insects are very small and are eaten by larger insects, who are then eaten by birds and other wildlife. We call this the food web. Everything depends on some part of the landscape to survive in a well-balanced cycle of life. Even twigs and sticks can be homes for living organisms. Over the years, I've gathered sticks and tree limbs and piled them up here, creating a valuable place for small wildlife. Larger limbs and logs are here in another stack, creating places for animals to live, hide, and hunt for food. There's lots of holes and tunnels to crawl in here. This fence lizard has found a home here. Lizards also like rocks to climb on and to sit in the sun. A number of small creatures use rock piles for homes. Let's look under this rock and see what might live here. Be sure to have a teacher or parent do this for you. Wow, we've come across an ant colony here. See the tiny white things that look like rice? They're eggs, and the adult ants quickly take them to the cover of the tunnels down deep where they'll be safe. Look at all these entrance holes. Ants live in large groups called colonies and work together to survive. In a nearby bush, I found a cardinal nest with 3 hungry chicks. Their home is made of twigs and pine needles formed in a circle like a basket so they won't fall out. This is their home until they grow strong enough to fly. The mother arrives with small insects and makes sure all her children are able to have some. She puts the insects right into the chick's mouth. All baby songbirds eat insects because they're too young to break and digest hard seeds and nuts. The mother cardinal looks around to make sure everything is perfect, her chicks are safe, and then she heads off to find more food. Some birds will build their homes in boxes made by people. This birdhouse is home to a family of nuthatches. Let's slow down this picture so you can see what the mother is bringing to her young chicks. See, right there in her beak? It's a red bug, and she'll feed it to one of her babies. At the end of the season, when the family is left, we can open the birdhouse to see their home. This nest is made of dried grass with very soft hair on the top. Soft hair? Where do they get that? Well, early this spring I put up this bag full of animal hair. Some birds use animal hair as part of their nest and can pull the hair right off a sleeping dog. Once the parents have gathered the nesting material, they make a soft home like this to raise their family. On this fence is another kind of box. This is a mason bee box. with sticks cut from bamboo, which is hollow. See them going into the small openings? The parents fill the bamboo with pollen. Then the female will lay her eggs. Watch very close here, and you'll see the bee right in the middle there. After placing pollen in the hollow tube, she comes out, turns around, and backs into the hole to lay her eggs. Then, the hole is plugged with soil, protecting the baby from other creatures. The gray squirrel has a very unique way to build their home. It's up in the trees. If you look way up into the tops of trees, you just might see a clump of dried leaves that form a ball. This is a squirrel home, tucked into the branches as though it were part of the tree itself. Inside is a soft circle of grass and tender leaves that form a cozy den with one small opening. Just a few trees over, we find this hole, which is home to a family of hairy woodpeckers. With their strong beaks, they made this hole in the tree just large enough to raise their family. This is an owl nest box, but since no owls live here right now, something else has moved in. Can you see the ears? Look, it's a raccoon, and it's made a home in the owl nest box. Raccoons will build their homes in large holes in trees, but will also look for other suitable places like this one, and it will work just fine while the owls are nesting somewhere else. The very next year, the owls have moved back in. These are young barred owls. They are just about ready to leave home, and they're curious about the outdoors and will soon go exploring. Then, right on time, Dad shows up with dinner. Okay, Dad, turn around and let's see what you've brought home for your young owlets. Oh, look, it's a mole. What a great hunter Dad is, with a tasty treat for one of these owlets. Okay, who wants this one? All right, there you go. The young barred owl takes the mole and swallows it whole, and Dad is off to do more hunting. Wildlife can lose precious habitat as our cities and towns continue to grow and expand, making room to build more homes for more people. You can help by planting trees and shrubs in your yard and at school, creating habitat for wildlife to live. You can also put up a birdhouse too. Well, that's all for now, kids. This is the Backyard Nature Guy reminding you to get outside and explore.